So this in regards to rezoning resolution 052601 Zulu. Request to rezone map parcel 0056, parcel 06401 from R1 to R2. Is there any public comment on that rezoning? Anyone here to speak to it in length at all? Is the owner of the property here? Sir, do you have anything to say in regards to the rezoning?
I've got Frank with us, who's the developer that's considered it. I think it's good for the county. If you got any questions, I'd refer to him.
Be happy to answer any questions.
And this has been through the planning commission,
Yes, sir.
correct, as well? All right, other than that, does any of the commissioners have any comments or questions?
I've got a question.
Send it.
So, we was reading about the road may have to be widened. Has there been any road study, anything done for this?
Not at this point, no, we certainly, here, I'll walk up here. Again, it's Frank Leonard. We have not done the road study yet, but that would certainly be part of the plans. We work with the planning department if y'all see fit to do this, that, to see if it would be required to have that. I do know there are, I guess, from the
Double tap
planning
select.
department, there are
Settings.
plans down the road for the state to widen that
Double
road,
tap
but
select.
I don't have any time frame on that. But that would certainly be part of our due diligence to make sure that would be necessary.
I know that's a big issue, traffic, the whole 9 yards.
Yes, sir.
Just asking.
Yeah,
Thank you.
good question.
All right, any other questions, comments, or concerns?
If I could speak on that too, Corey Haggard, planning director. The road study would be done later on in the site planning process when they go to actually break out the lots themselves. It would not be done for the rezone, as being heard tonight.
And that would fall on who, I guess, as far as money, and you said the state, and
So the state does have, TDOT has plans to widen the road at some point. They've not committed funds to that right now. But that road study would be done through the developer who develops the property. That would not be done on the county's behalf.
So,
Chair recognizes Commissioner
there
Britton.
were two references made of widening the road on 70. How about the roads going into the subdivision?
So those roads going into that subdivision, this is gonna have a different access off of, the highway down there, so they would build their own road on into the subdivision. They would,
Develop. Yes, sir.
yes,
That would be your cost.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Shane.
All right, any other questions? Hearing none, seeing none, we'll close the public hearing and start the county commission.
All rise. Hear ye, hear ye, hear ye. This honorable commissioners meeting of Roane County, Tennessee is now in session. The Honorable Chairman Shannon Hester presiding. God bless these United States, the great state of Tennessee, and this honorable meeting. This time, Chaplain Adams will lead us in prayer. Afterwards, please remain standing for the pledge to our nation's flag. Chaplain.
Let us pray. Most gracious Lord, Heavenly Father, what a privilege it is to be gathered together tonight to conduct your business. Lord, I pray that you may bless these men and women that have been set aside to serve our county. God, we're so thankful for each one of those. Lord, for giving of themselves. Lord, for taking this burden on to help our county. God, I pray for special blessings for them. I pray for wisdom for every decision that they make. We give you thanks and we give you praise for all that you do in Jesus' name. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You may be seated, and please silence your cell phones.
I'm showing one absent on my tap, Ron, to get, okay, you're in now. Okay, thank you, sir. No, you're fine. I would, ask one of the commissioners to make a motion to amend the agenda, and we'll go to the county executive for his proclamation. That way we can get the evening back to some of these ladies and gentlemen.
second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, so done.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Ms. Hart, would you mind joining me for just a minute, please? Here. So what we like to do, I'd like to have Jane Hart come and join me to present this proclamation, and then we'll try to get us all the family up here for a big picture together. But I want to talk to you first. Come on up here. So this is an honor for me as much as it is for you, because you helped raise me. So Michael and I grew up together, with a bunch of the other family that's here too. But we lived together for a couple of years, and you helped kind of raise me too, as you have with about, I don't know, several thousand other kids in this county. So from bottom of my heart, I want to say thank you. And it is my honor to get to do this. So I am going to read this because I want to and I get to. So whereas in March 1974, Ed and Jane Hart moved to Kingston from Huntsville, Alabama, making their home on Dogwood Lane, where they still reside today. And whereas Jane and her husband Ed have been blessed with a loving family, including 3 children, Edward, David, and Michael, along with 14 grandchildren, 8 great-grandchildren, and have graciously opened their hearts and home to 6 foster children, making a lasting difference in their lives. And whereas Jane and Ed have demonstrated a deep commitment to faith and service, faithfully serving as members of Cedar Grove Baptist Church for many years, taking on roles such as church secretary, church bus driver for the youth choir, and leaders of the college and career ministry. And whereas, inspired by a moment of reflection while driving down Morrison Hill in Kingston, Jane answered the call to serve her community by becoming a school bus driver. And whereas, Jane obtained her CDL license in 1980 and began a remarkable 45-year career within the Roane County school system, safely transporting thousands of students to schools and athletic events, and further served by training and testing CDL drivers for both Roane County and private companies, and as a third-party CDL examiner for the state of Tennessee. And whereas Jane's outstanding dedication was recognized in June 2025 when she was inducted into the Tennessee School Bus Driver Hall of Fame by the Tennessee Association of Pupil Transportation. And whereas, though officially retired in 2025, Jane and Ed continue to serve the community by leading children's ministry at Two Rivers Church in Roane County. Now, therefore, I, Wade Creswell, County Executive of Roane County, do hereby proclaim May 11th, 2026 as Jane Hart Day. That's probably, well, yeah. Let's try. All right, family, come on, let's give it a shot. Let's pack it in.
That's a bunch.
We're gonna find out. That's right. Pack it in. I'm gonna go in the back. Hey, buddy. I'll hold that. Hey.
It's about them.
Oh, we can do this. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. We can process here. One of these guys. All right. Got it, pack in. Here, hey, I've got the proclamation here. Put that.
Are you ready?
Good. All right, thank you all.
You're welcome. Your plan is selection.
See you, Wade. Thank you, Wade. Congrats. I've been backside of that. See my DK? Chris. And I also want to thank our commissioners, Hamilton, Brackett, and Wilson for their support in helping making this resolution happen too. Mr. Commissioner, yes, sir.
Do we know if we have another Roane County bus driver in the Hall of Fame?
Mr. McKinney, do we have any other truck drivers in the Hall of Fame?
Jack's the first.
James the first.
That's awesome.
Great.
I would like to tell you one funny thing. We called her, she was in Florida when she won it, we called her from Pigeon Forge, and one of her sons said, who'd have thought my mama would be a Hall of Famer?
Thank you, Mr. Commissioner.
Yeah, I appreciate you amending the agenda for that. Let's set a precedent to do that anytime we have a large crowd like that. I'll let them finish closing the door. All right, resuming the meeting, approval of minutes of the April 13th, 2026 meeting. Motion by Wilson, second by Duff. Commissioner Wilson.
Nothing further.
Commissioner Duff.
Nothing.
All right, any discussion, any debate?
No.
Madam Clerk. Was there? Somebody.
He jumped out on the froggy.
Good job. Country boy, could you, punch that button?
3 minutes.
What's your name, Ron?
Yes, Ron. All right, thank you all. Motion carries, 15. Then, motion to accept the committee, reports and correspondence. Motion by Duff, a second by Hooks. Commissioner Duff.
I don't have anything.
Commissioner Hooks.
No.
Any discussion, any debate?
Yes.
Chair recognizes Commissioner Berry.
Yes, sir. On number 3, on the audit committee minutes, that's coming from the comptroller's office. Are the deficiencies, those were found by the comptroller. So-
Correct, auditor.
So that keeps us away from our,
Yep.
okay, and I assume all of these have been rectified and.
Yeah, yes, from our understanding, yes.
And,
Right.
and then the emphasis is placed on, we need to get back to get a perfect audit.
That's the goal.
Okay, number 11, I guess this one is just one saying that, we're one of the few counties that went to the 4-year and the index. Right. Is the key part there, right?
That's what we'll index next year.
Right.
Yep.
So basically, we'll have a new evaluation.
We'll have a new rate. We'll have a new certified tax rate next year without a reevaluation. Just the index will occur based on market changes.
Okay. And, I see a new report on the, Southwest Point Visitor Museum and stuff, so that's gonna be where they told us we had 94 visitors, 665 here today.
And look for a grand opening of the new state, park there in probably July-ish, something that time frame. That's just the city park, that's just, as the report you're seeing, just the numbers from being run by the city, it's not the state.
So it's just a new one by the city.
Correct.
Good, very good. And as we just did a proclamation, is it feasible for us, a lot of times, a lot of folks don't know about these regular proclamations where we're Mary Beach Day and Autism Week. Is there some way we can do the same thing and recognize and especially when we're doing individuals?
It is typically based on the preference of the honoree. Some of these that we do just want to come in for a signing and
Okay,
have it
very good.
as
So
part of
so
the
we are giving them the
application
option.
or- Huh?
We are giving them the option.
Yeah, when it's a proclamation. Now, sometimes you all prefer a resolution. And if you all want to carry, you did a couple of months ago, did a resolution. And that, so there's not a hard and fast rule for the way we do things, but we try to be as standardized as we can.
Okay. I was just hoping we weren't letting some slide through that we really didn't know about until we saw it in the packet with the resolution. That's fine.
Yeah, Mary Gooch Day, that was a celebration in criminal court and working with district attorney and Judge Wicks. It was just a way to honor her that day.
And then on number 16, on our financial statement there, I'm just looking at And our business tax, we're still behind on business tax.
So that comes in June and July, is when we'll start seeing that come in.
Okay, so that'll make up that. And then, same thing with cable TV franchise, right? Comes in late.
Quarterly payments, yes, those come in quarterly payments.
And building permits, we're behind on building permits.
Well, I talked to, Reggie.
Reggie's here. I'm sorry.
Was it today?
Those are picking up.
We were at, I would say we're at $666,000 and some odd dollars today, but we still got the rest of May and all of June.
Okay, if you're at 661, you're closing in.
Yeah.
Okay, that's.
What we've seen, Ron, the number of permits are up, was it up almost 25%?
It was, yes.
But the average, permit value is lower. So that probably indicates that last year we had some high value permits that raised it quite a bit.
Very good, and we were, clerk's office is down.
Yes, I'm looking at April's and they're at 71% as of April.
Okay,
So
should
I'm
be-
still on the
Should be
train.
75.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, that's all I have.
All right, any other discussion, any other debates on, committee reports and correspondence? Hearing none, seeing none, Madam Clerk.
Yes.
All right. Next up is a list of notaries. Motion by Hendrickson, second by Wilson. Commissioner Hendrickson.
Appreciate their willingness to serve.
Commissioner Wilson.
Concur, nothing bad.
Any discussion, any debate? Hearing none, seeing none, Madam Clerk. All right, motion carried. At this time is a hearing of delegations. Anyone from the audience want to speak? I ask that you speak, limited to 3 minutes. It must be germane to county commission business, so go ahead, sir, state your name.
Good evening, Commissioners. My name is Ben Gastel. I'm a lawyer. I represent the Cumberland Utility District. And we have business in front of the commission this evening. As the special order section makes clear, we are asking, and I think that hopefully you all got my letter. My law firm represents a lot of utility districts across the state of Tennessee. I'd be willing to say that we represent more utility districts than any other law firm in the state. Finding commissioners to do this work, it is the humblest of public service. Y'all are involved in public service. You can appreciate that. These county commissioners are not well compensated. They're not compensated really functionally at all. Running a utility district takes a lot of expertise. It takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of energy. It is just public service.
Excuse me, sir, when you say county commissioners, you mean board members, correct?
Board commissioners of the company utility. I'm sorry if I wasn't clear with that. And so Charles Wayne Jenkins has served this utility district for a very long time. He has the expertise. He has helped run a utility for a really long time. Losing him would be very unfortunate to this utility district. Like I said, it's very hard to find people who are willing to serve as long as Mr. Jenkins has served. He's willing to continue to serve. So we ask that he be reappointed. I'm happy to ask or take any questions about his nomination, and if there's anything that's for the commission that they have questions about, especially as it relates to Title VII, Chapter 82 of the Tennessee Code, which is the Utility District Code. Obviously, this is not something you all probably deal with very much. I imagine it's the first time that this has ever come up in front of the county commission in this county. But we do ask that Mr. Jenkins be reappointed because of his good public service to this district. And again, the fact that it's very hard to find competent people to serve this. Thank you.
Thanks, sir. All right, next.
Hello, my name's Is that okay?
Yeah, just pull it down.
Mary Wesowski, I'm chairman of the Roane County Library Board, and just here to ask you all to support the budget committee's recommendation for the libraries. That amount would be divided on 4 libraries, Kingston, Harriman, Rockford, and Olive Springs, whose funding is primarily from the cities and with some assistance from the state. The county gives a very small amount comparative to what the cities are doing. And the libraries must give free services to citizens of the county, the entire county. So if you live out in the county, you go on the libraries, you get a free card, you get free services. So we're asking you to support the budget recommendation of increase in the funding. New money, staff cost increase. It would be nice to have longer hours. Kingston and Rockwood are open 48 hours a week, which is not much for people that don't know where to sleep. They're basically open during the day and 2 hours on Saturday. There's increased cost, of course, with everything. And I think, when you're recruiting new businesses, I think they assume that you have good library services in the city. They expect good library services in the county, so we need the extra funding. So appreciate you voting. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Good evening, as always, it's good to see each and every one of you. I'm Justin Snow, I'm the president and CEO of the Roane Alliance, and everybody has a copy of the Alliance recap for April. I'll hit a couple of bullet points for each partner. As far as highlights of the report, I'll start with ECD Education and Workforce. And the Roane County Schools Career Fair took place on March 31st at Harriman High School. Over 65 local businesses shared their unique career opportunities with over 1,000 8th graders and 12th graders from every middle and high school in the county. Jennifer Brown, who's our Director of Education and Workforce, just like every other year, she did an amazing job collaborating with our partners to make this event happen. Dawn Carlock, who's our Vice President at the Alliance, she graduated from the University of Tennessee Center for Industrial Services Certified Economic Development Program. So there's a little over 100 economic developers that are certified in the state. We have 2 in our building now, and I'm proud to see that Dawn completed this process in 2 years, which includes multiple courses, a capstone paper, and a presentation. The Roane County Industrial Development Board purchased approximately 15 acres in the Roane Regional Business and Technology Park to provide a site for future industry. I can already tell you that the site's getting multiple looks. The state TVA had a prospect in town last Thursday. It's the unique names they come up with some of these projects. Project Maui, Friday, we'll host Project Leo, but both of these are nuclear-related projects that have shown interest in this particular property. Fishing season is off full swing. We always like to sponsor any fishing tournaments that we can. I can tell you on April 25th, the Morristown Marine Fishing Tournament featured 193 boats in Rockwood at Tom Fuller Park. We followed that up May 2nd with the Bunch Bass Fishing Tournament in Kingston. That one stands out because it's got a $20,000 payout. I'll close with Chamber, and I want to mention we did something with the Chamber that's unique we've never done before. On March 25th, we had our very first ever new member luncheon, and it was a huge success. We had 9 businesses presenting, and over 50 people were in attendance. We look forward to having these quarterly to give our new businesses an opportunity to be recognized and be introduced to the community. That concludes my report, and I'll be more than glad to answer any questions you have.
Chair recognizes Mr. Berry.
This new project that you're talking about, that's on the property that we're closed on, or gonna close?
No, this is some property, it's a 15-acre piece, so it's not.
Within the park?
It's within the park.
Yeah. Secondly, I would share with you that, a couple months ago, you remember the tourism committee talking about, hotel motel tax of 4%. I'd like to share with you tonight that just, this month alone, we're up $28,000 in hotel motel tax. So that's going to increase significantly as we go along. We're just bringing in short-term rental to go with that. So thanks to the Alliance, Stacy Wilson, for the work that she's doing. Those boats bring money, and money brings motel tax and all that stuff. So we're gonna generate a lot of money on that. And the last 2 months of the year are the most equitable for hotel motel tax. So thank you.
All right, any other questions? All right,
Thank you.
thank you, sir. All right, next. Anyone else to address the county commission?
Hey, good evening, Chairman Hester and the committee commission. My name is Melissa Browder. I came here tonight originally with the thought of honoring Ms. Harden because I had just noticed that was on commission meeting scheduled tonight, but now they're all gone. So I will take a point of privilege at this point and just make sure and announce that I am running for your Tennessee State House Representative, District 32. I am from Roane County and I live in Lenore City now, so I feel like I can serve the district well. But it was really exciting to see the Harden family here because like Executive Cresswell, they helped raise me too. I was a Cedar Grove Baptist Church kid and the Hardens brought us into their home on many occasions as our youth leaders. And I guess I just wanted to share that in case she can hear this after the fact that she's not here. But I wrote down a few things I wanted to say about Miss Harden and some of the things that happened in that house and at our church is what led me to this decision to run for state representative, the values that I learned. And some of those, we had a lot of rules in her house. She was good, she was fun, but we had rules. We knew when to do things and when not to do things. There was a lot of respect in the Harden household. We had youth classes, youth programs. Everybody treated each other with respect. We didn't bully each other. We just had fun and we learned about God and we learned about Jesus. The other thing is, it taught me a lot about family values and roots. I do come from a very great family, amazing family here in Roane County. I'm Caldwell, and I'm very proud of the family that I have here. And in fact, I graduated from Roane County High School here, and all of us kids went to Roane State. But also back on the Harden thing, another thing that today, in today's world, with all the noise with distractions for kids that are going on and all the dangers that they face and all the threats that they face, all the serious issues that are going on, we always felt safe in that household. We never had to worry if somebody was gonna harm us, if somebody was gonna mistreat us, somebody was gonna do something really unfortunate to us. We never had to worry about that in that household. That's another really important point too. But we had a lot of memories and a lot of things that, as I said, shaped our values. But I just wanted to say that I'm excited to be part of this and running for state representative because this is my home, even though I lived in Loudoun County for a lot of my adult years. This is my home. This is who raised me. I'm very proud of the work I did for the almost 30-year career I had. I worked at Roane State Community College for most of my career, along with TCAT, Harriman, along with the Tennessee Department of Economic Community Development, and served Roane County in those ways too. I also served on legislative task force and legislative liaison now for the Loudoun County School Board, which I served on the last 3 years. And so I feel like I have a lot of experience to represent you all, and I'd love to have the opportunity to represent this commission and these people. And I appreciate you for taking the time to listen to me under these circumstances, and congratulations to Jane Harden. I couldn't think, it just really blew my mind when I saw that. I thought just all the memories just flooded, and it was a wonderful thing that y'all did tonight for her, and she served this community well. Thank you all.
Anyone else want to address the county commission? All right, hearing none, seeing none, we'll move to the county attorney's report.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I have 2 matters to bring to your attention. First is the RV resolution, which passed about 1.5 years ago. That is the resolution where people in the agricultural zoning districts could get a permit to have an RV on their property. The codes office has brought to my attention that this needs to be looked at again. There was some language in there that the RV had to comply with the 2026 National Fire
Fire Protection Association Rule, Section 1192. The codes officers told me that this is limiting the amount of RVs that can actually qualify for a permit, and that only newly constructed, newly built RVs fall under this particular section, and that was not what you all intended. So is there a committee that they need to address this with, or do you want to reconstitute the RV committee?
So I think we should reconstitute the RV committee. I just had to find out who, by show of hands, does anyone, Chris, you on it?
Yes.
Doug? Parks, Brackett? Yeah, I mean, we'll relook at the, RV committee and reconstitute it for next, for an immediate meeting with codes, to go over that. And some other things that are in there that probably need to be looked at as well. Cause if I got a 1968 Airstream, I don't think it meets code either, to be set up anymore. And permanent foundations for porches is also a requirement in there, is it not?
The language, says that they have to be attached to the RV. We wanna tweak some of that too, because they really need to be self-supporting. And there's some references to the building code that wouldn't apply to RVs. So a couple of things just need to be cleaned.
Yeah, let's just restand that back up, have a meeting, and we'll go over that entire resolution.
I got a question, sir.
All right, go ahead, send it.
On the fire stuff, what, did you say it was under the IFC?
The resolution you passed refers to National Fire Protection Association. Is that some entity that has rules for the manufacturing of RVs?
Yes, the NFPA is a standard, and the issue with the language in the ordinance was, such that the latest edition applied. And that language just needs to be addressed, so you wouldn't use the latest edition, you know. So that's the issue, just clean up the language.
All right.
Mr.
Chairman.
I got a question for Reggie. Reggie, why are they not going under the IFC and they're going under the NFPA? Since the IFC is more stringent than the NFP, like I said, it's a standard. The IFC is an actual code, as you know. Was there a reason for that?
You know, it was when the ordinance was written, it was the way it was worded, it was a standard that was referenced, all that can be addressed.
Thanks, sir.
Anyone else? Chair recognizes Commissioner Berry.
Yes. Maybe you or Coach, where are we on our, other RV parks and things where there are violations and things? Are we still pursuing a lot of that?
Well, you've got two resolutions on your agenda tonight to file lawsuits for some unpermitted RV parks.
I'm just talking about.
Yes.
We're working. Okay, thank you. We're working.
All right. Continue on, sir.
Okay, second thing, Cumberland Utility District. First of all, you have a special order that lists 8 individuals. You are to appoint one of those 8 individuals. Your special order was not clear. Basically, what the procedure is under the statute, Tennessee Code Annotated 782-307. The utility district board is required to submit a list of 3 names to the county executive, and he has 21 days to either pick somebody or reject the entire list, or do nothing. If he does nothing, then the first person on the list is automatically appointed. In this situation, the first list was rejected. That started the process over again. There was a second list. It was rejected, and then that started the process over again. There was a third list, and it was rejected. So the statute states that once the third list is rejected, the matter comes to you, and you are required to choose one of the individuals on the 3 list. And the list of individuals you have are those individuals.
And the statute says that you shall, which is mandatory, make that choice at tonight's meeting, because this is the meeting where the last order of the county executive was placed on the minutes. So my advice to you is to stay within the parameters of the statute and pick somebody tonight. Because the statute does not provide for what happens if you don't pick somebody tonight. And that's going to toss the matter potentially to a court. And there are no court opinions on this issue because it doesn't appear to have ever been litigated. So I'm happy to answer any questions, but my recommendation is that you choose somebody tonight.
Chair recognizes Commissioner Henderson.
How do we know who's qualified tonight?
I don't know.
I mean, he was talking earlier that you gotta know what you're doing, cause they're running this utility. I don't see, resumes on any of these guys, so.
I don't know. All I can tell you is what the law is. And the law is that you are limited to those individuals and you are supposed to make a decision tonight. That's the law that the General Assembly has put in place.
Is any of these people here tonight? Some of this is?
I was gonna speak to this issue.
Yes, please.
When it comes up in the agenda.
Okay.
So normally, Commissioner Henderson, this is not our appointment, this is the county executive's appointment.
I understand that,
So
but now it's our appointment.
it is this time, yeah, because it's exceeded through.
So when we get to that point in the agenda, I was gonna explain how we got to where we are.
All right, anyone else?
Yes.
Chair recognizes Commissioner Byrd.
So if we choose not to do anything tonight, the current member stays on the board until his appointment is.
Under the statute, the current member stays on the board after his term has expired until there is a successor appointed.
As I recall that, when we get to it, because that appointment's already been limited, turned down.
Y'all three panels.
So we can either vote to take the executive commission appointment tonight, or we can vote to go against the statute and let the statute take over and follow its course.
Well, what's gonna happen if you do nothing is the court is more than likely gonna take over and fashion a remedy. And I can't tell you what that remedy is gonna be because the statute is silent and there are no court cases construing the statute.
All right, any other questions for the county attorney? Chair recognizes Commissioner Goss.
I was gonna request to speak, but I can't my screen from now. I'm not, actually like Commissioner Henry, I would like to sing something on here. So I guess the question I got is, how long has it been known that these were coming before us to get voted? For us to make this point.
I guess probably April 9th, yeah.
12 days. 12-day filing deadline.
So nobody submitted any kind of resumes or?
I'm gonna talk about that when we get to it.
Thanks.
All right, any other questions from county attorney? Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right, next up, county executive report.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And again, I'm gonna address those questions when we get to this point in the agenda. But first, I want to honor, or at least give a recognition to a couple employees. First of all, I recognize that you all are still having some IT issues tonight. Please understand how hard Kenny and Joe Cox at Pinnacle IT have been working to try to resolve these issues. We have what we believe is a long-term solution. We just couldn't get it implemented in time for this meeting tonight. But Kenny's been working daily to make sure that these issues are resolved. They've really just cropped up in the last, 3 months or so? But we think we have a workaround, so I just want to let y'all know Kenny's working really hard to fix this. The second thing I want to point out is the first thing on your rundown, if you'll refer to the rundown. Bonnie Angus is leaving us on May 20th, will be her last day. She served in the county executive's office for 7 years. She's moving to Johnson City. We will miss her dearly. She's been, such a important member of our office, as you all well know. So please, if you get the opportunity to reach out to Bonnie and thank her. We'll be putting together something, next week, to wish her well and goodbye soon. We don't have those plans made yet, but just wanted to put that on your, radar. And then finally, tomorrow, Tuesday, May 12th at Rockwood Airport, they will host a breaking for a construction of a new FBO. And all commissioners are invited. That concludes my report. Would like to answer any questions.
Chair recognizes Commissioner Berry.
Mr. Chairman, as well, Bonnie wrote a lot of our resolutions. She's been an integral part of the commission, and we're gonna miss her. And I also want to say congratulations to our executive on his victory this week, as well as everyone else's. But I also want to say that was a rough race. That was a rough race to go through. Your family endured a lot of unnecessary stuff, and hopefully we can go forward from here. But I think it speaks to the person you are, the way you handled that election. I just want to say thank you, and proud to call you my county executive. Thank you.
All right. Any other questions for the county executive? All right. Hearing none, seeing none, we'll move on to, special order number 1. So this time, this is the appointment that we're speaking to, so you have something to say?
Yeah. Say, Mr. Chairman, first of all, I want to start off by saying, I do believe that this has only happened one time in the history of the state of Tennessee. So we are in somewhat uncharted waters to get here, but I wanted to give an explanation for why I made the decisions that I made that brought us to this point. And I hate that it's come to this point, but I was notified in the summer, I can't remember if it was July or August of 2024, that the comptroller's office had initiated a criminal investigation into Cumberland Utility District. And I was in touch with the investigator just to be notified that it was happening. They couldn't notify me of any details, so I never had any details of what the investigation was about, just that it was continuing on, it was ongoing. Last fall, I had reached out to the comptroller's office to investigator, and communication had slowed down. So when I reached out and finally contacted somebody in leadership of the comptroller's office, they notified me to contact the district attorney. So I was in touch with the district attorney and understood that investigation was winding down, but there wasn't an exact timetable for it. This was all happening at the same time that the reappointment of Mr. Jenkins was due. So based on the fact that there was an ongoing criminal investigation at the time, I was not comfortable reappointing anyone for the first panel especially. And then as I was in touch with the district attorney, and he was notifying me that they were still in the process of gathering the case, and our interaction led me to draw the conclusion that just don't do anything that would jeopardize the investigation. And I took that to mean do nothing. So I said no to the second panel, no to the third panel, and that's where we find ourselves today. So, but that being said, that's my reasoning for why I directed all 3 panels. But that being said, with the county attorney's advice, and having spoken to the district attorney general who's sitting behind me, if it is the best course to keep everything on track, to allow the district attorney to continue to do his work, and if I had to make a recommendation based on this list, I would choose Jeff Ollis. In fact, I spoke to Mr. Ollis when I rejected that nomination to let him know, hey, this doesn't have anything to do with you. This is about legal process that's ongoing. So that's just my recommendation, but I completely respect your decision, whatever way you choose to go tonight with this. I hate that we find ourselves in this position, and I apologize for my role in getting us here. I hope you understand why I made the decisions I made. Glad to answer any questions.
All right, any questions? Chair recognizes Commissioner Henderson.
Yes, sir. How did you come to Mr. Ollis?
So I did receive, let me go back a little bit. Mr. Ollis was recommended for a previous appointment. that I think the appointment that Mr. Davis, who's in the audience now, holds, that position on the board. And Mr. Allis had withdrawn his name at that particular time. So there was some interaction, at that given time. The board, through these lists here, did include some resumes, or resumes with some of them, but not all of them. And I remember having Mr. Allis's resume from before. He had experience in the utility field, was well liked in his community. And my interview with him, for lack of better terms, was positive. And I don't have interaction or, any information on several of the other candidates.
Thank you.
Chair recognizes Commissioner Kirby.
Chairman just answered my question.
Okay. All right, any other discussion? All right, at this time, commissioners, I'll take nominations from that group of 8 on there.
I move from, no, Hollis.
All right, do I have a, well, I
Second that.
All right.
Just nomination ceases.
All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
That's for nomination cease. And all those in favor of, Jeffrey A. Allis being appointed to the Cumberland Utility District. And I guess, can we vote on, we can't vote by name, so we'll voice vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, like sign. Hearing none, seeing none, motion carries. All right. So we'll continue on with our new business. So we'll start with, resolution on, zoning, and that's, up front first, 052601 Zulu. We've heard from the owner, we've heard from the developer. This time I need a motion and a second. Motion by Hooks, second by Commissioner Henderson. Commissioner Hooks.
Being before the planning commission, has to be unanimously. I know the property owners, probably a good project, and, I'm going to vote to support.
All right. Commissioner Henderson.
Nothing further.
Okay. Any discussion? Okay, Commissioner Brackett.
I guess again, the questions I have, that runs along Roddy, right? The small road. You said,
Owner or developer, if you
Owner or
would speak to that.
So you said that you would build the road into the subdivision, correct?
Correct.
So when this happens, we've been beat up quite a bit over some of this stuff.
Sure.
If something has to be done on our road, Roddy, county road, like a road study, anything like that, is that something that you pick up? Is that something as developer that you're gonna, I'm just curious how that's gonna work.
So you're saying that the cost of a road study or traffic study on?
Traffic
Yes,
study,
sir.
road
That-
study,
That would fall over the developer, myself.
and if it had to be widened, if it had to be,
Right, it'd be based on what that study would tell us. Yes, sir.
I just know that we've asked before on some of this stuff for that to be done, and apparently that hasn't been done right at this
Well,
point in time.
I would certainly have to work within your planning regulations of what would be required to be done on that. And that'd be approved for y'all and to all the parties involved. Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Chair recognizes Commissioner Ross.
Mr. Chairman, the only thing I got to say is for a while, when this first come up, they was chattering on Facebook about. But as far as being anybody come, as far as being in District 2, as far as, I don't know, Commissioner Henderson or Greg said anybody, I've not had nobody that's actually, they said they didn't like it, but as far as exactly opposing it, I'm not that first person to address that.
Chair recognizes Commissioner Burton.
Yes, sir. Our road supervisor, superintendent over the roads, Mr. Ferguson, he'll be involved in this process when we to know what's going on.
Well, and let me refer that to Mr. Haggard here and make sure I understand who the individual is.
So, given a road study, it would be done by an engineering firm, and their road would come in off of a TDOT highway, so TDOT would be involved to grant the driveway access permit on their side of things. So we can involve him in the process, but, indirectly it would not involve him, because it would be a TDOT road.
If I could, I'd like to see him involved.
Sure.
He'll know what's going on.
Sure. No, that's no problem.
We've run into this issues where he wasn't involved in other times, and we're having to go back to fix the roads that caused a lot of problems.
Yeah,
So I think he needs to be involved.
yeah, so like I said, it would be a T-Dot road, but we can most certainly involve him in the process, that's no problem whatsoever.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Chair recognizes Commissioner Henderson.
What kind of housing are you planning on building?
We're looking at single-family housing.
Meaning a house, a house, a house?
Yes, sir.
Or,
On individual lots, house on its own lot. Yes, sir.
thank you.
Yes, sir.
Chair recognizes Commissioner.
I'd like to yield to Steve Patterson for a minute.
Good, I'd like to interject. Roddy Road is a side road, am I not correct? This comes off of the state highway. Some people call it Roane State Highway. And there is Midtown Lane, I apologize. There is Midtown Lane that would connect to this property. My understanding is we bought it partly off the state highway that's gonna go into this project. So it's not Roddy Lane, am I not correct?
That's correct. Yes, sir.
So just to clear up that.
All right, Chair recognizes Commissioner Ferguson.
Now, you gonna build that road, that gonna be between the apartments and the church, is that where you're gonna build the road between?
Yes, sir.
You own that through there?
Yes, sir.
But if the road's gonna be, what, 24 foot wide?
Right,
you
26,
can't
it'll be
build
to-
that to county spec.
Yes, sir, 100%.
But coming off of T-Dot, you have to do what they say.
That's right, it'll be county public, it'll be public road. Yes, sir.
Mr. Chairman, when's this project, when are you all looking to start this project?
Well, it'll be,
Whatever.
it'd be dependent on the steps of the process of planning, but once that, we go through those steps of planning, I'd like to start.
6 months down the road, or before 6 months, or?
I think realistically, it'd be 6 months at the best. Just as you go through the whole planning stage, the engineering stage takes obviously time, you have to work with T-Dots, the C's reference as well, so there's a lot of steps that have to go into the process, so.
And how many homes are we be looking at?
So that'd be a question, you know, we did some initial studies, we need to work with planning, see what's gonna be allowed on that. You know, we looked at something in the world of in the seventies. But again, we'll have to go through the planning department to make sure we can comply with what's gonna be required for that.
Thank you very much, sir.
Yes, sir. Question?
Chair recognizes Commissioner Ferguson.
I've done talking.
Oh, you done, okay, so, thought you did it again. Any other questions? All right, hearing none, seeing none, the motion was with Hook, second with Henderson. Any other discussion, any other debate? Hearing none, seeing none, Madam Clerk.
Yes.
All right. Regular business, resolution naming a private road docket way. Motion by Travis Parks, second by Junior Henderson. Any discussion, any debate? Hearing none, seeing none, Madam Clerk.
Yes.
It's registered, Ron, but it's just slow. Resolution naming a private road endurance way. Motion by Gann, second by Duff. Commissioner Gann.
Nothing, sir.
Commissioner Duff.
Nothing.
Any discussion, any debate? Hearing none, seeing none, Madam Clerk.
Yes.
A resolution naming a private road, Fugate Haven Lane. Motion by Ferguson, a second by Henderson. Commissioner Ferguson.
Nothing else, sir.
Commissioner Henderson.
None further, sir.
Chair recognizes Commissioner Wilson.
Just being clear, just make sure we covered this has all been through the road committee, right? It's unusual to have this many.
Been through the 911 board, you mean?
For the 911, but it deals with 911.
It said it.
Okay, yeah, I mean, just making sure that it's all, okay.
All right, any discussion, any other discussion, any other debate? Madam Clerk.
Yes.
All right, resolution authorizing county attorney to file a lawsuit regarding the properties as listed as the attached case request form by violating Roane County Resolution 12-18105. Resolution by Cunningham, and a second by Henderson. Commissioner Cunningham.
None further.
Commissioner Henderson.
None further.
All right. Any discussion, any debate? Madam Clerk.
Yes.
Motion carries. Resolution 052605, resolution authorizing the county attorney to file lawsuits against each property owner regarding the properties listed in the attached case request. Motion by Cunningham, second by Gann. Commissioner Cunningham.
Nothing further.
Commissioner Gann.
Nothing, sir.
Any discussion, any debate? Hearing none, seeing none, Madam Clerk.
Yes.
Resolution, 52606, a resolution for Washington County Attorney to file a lawsuit regarding zoning and building permit violations on, property at 191 Little Johnson Valley Road. Motion by Gann, second by Hamilton. Commissioner Gann.
Nothing, sir.
Dr. Hamilton.
Nothing, sir.
Any discussion, any debate? Madam Clerk.
Yes.
052607, a resolution to authorize the county attorney to file a lawsuit regarding property at 113 South Cripple Creek. Motion by Parks, second by Henderson. Commissioner Parks.
Nothing further.
Commissioner Henderson.
Nothing further.
Madam, any discussion, any debate? Madam Clerk.
Yes.
All right, resolution 052608, resolution is that establishing an ad hoc committee for long-range fire protection planning in Roane County, Tennessee. Motion by Goss and second by Kirby. Commissioner Goss.
I think this is a much needed thing, as we all know. We've got some, I wanna say opportunities, it's not issues. This is going, personally, I think from my background experience, I think it's probably one of the hardest committees you're gonna be able to sit on it, and it's something that we need to move on with a meeting as soon as possible to get the ball rolling. I think the members that's on it will do a fantastic job. It's broad base of knowledge from some of them, Mr. Berry being with the insurance company, so that's gonna be an aid. I think it's a smart move. I commend those whoever decided this need to come up with. It's something that needs to be done. We've got a lot of things we gotta address.
All right, second was by Commissioner Kirby.
Nothing further.
Chair recognizes Commissioner Berry.
I think it's great. I would just urge us to move as fast as we can on this because it's going to, it could affect the budget. So we need to have a meeting as quickly as we can to start, without having anything probably finalized, but at least we can move forward.
I'm sure we'll find a suitable date on the calendar as soon as we can. But I will give guidance to that committee as it's directed as an ad hoc formed by the chairman. First, I want you to meet together as commissioners, then invite guests in. And if you want to add to that, please come back to the commission or to me and let's see. But it's room for growth if we need to grow it. But first few meetings should be held by the commission members only and establish some what we call COA courses of action. How can we better prepare the county for this? So appreciate you. That's all I have on that. Any other discussion, any other debate? Madam Clerk.
Yes.
All right, 9 was pulled. So we'll go to 10. Resolution to allow the county executive or his designee to renew the rental agreement with Jonathan J. and Dicky Loden as described herein. That's a rental agreement for storage. Motion by Brackett, a second by Gann. Commissioner Brackett.
Yeah, I've got a couple of questions, I guess, problem with this. First, it's not been through the property committee, which I feel like it should be. It ends this month, correct? Or April? So right now, we're not under a contract. I feel like it needs to go to the property committee, 1, and 2, the cost has been risen. We've asked for month to month. Act like it would, it's not. And I just feel like that there's a few things we might be able to do with the taxpayers' money versus this contract. So my recommendation is to table it, put it back to the property.
I'll second.
Well, let's get the motion tabled first. I've got a second on the motion itself. Commissioner Brackett made the motion, so I need a second from Gann, Commissioner Gann.
I agree with Commissioner Brackett.
All right, so I have the motion on there, you're wanting to send this back to the property committee. Commissioner Henderson, is that your way I understand it?
Yes, sir.
And Commissioner Gann, at you as well.
Yes, sir.
And I would ask the county executive and is this in the space of going back to property for the lease agreement? And is all lease agreements for property?
My understanding is we've gone through the exact same process that we've followed for how many years in a row? 15? This is what we've always done with this lease.
Well, we just
terms
back one from Riley Creek.
With this
That didn't come
particular
to the
lease or
property.
with all leases?
I'm speaking to this lease, we're doing exactly what we've always done. Same timing. The only difference in this now versus the last 15 years is the terms have changed.
Correct.
Because,
Money has changed, terms have changed. That's my recommendation. I'll stand on that.
so if you all choose to do that, please understand that the risk that creates. You know, we have no contract, we have nowhere to put this stuff. And we could receive a notice of eviction tomorrow because we don't have a lease right now.
I think, if I can, Mr. Leff, I don't think you can put us out tomorrow, if that be the fact, correct, legally.
That would be too short of
I think
notice.
so, correct.
What is the time span, do you know?
Well, I would think you would need at least 30 days notice simply because you're paying rent monthly. The lease isn't clear. Basically, the lease just ends. Most of them say it continues month to month, but, the lease just ends. But I would say that you would need 30 days notice.
So you said with this lease, do we have similar leases that we're having different, that are similar to this?
And
This is, this is a 15, how many years ago? And we've just always renewed it. Of course, this is the first time the price has gone up, but,
we're in the process of building a building to move that stuff out.
Correct.
Let me also caution you on this too, it's about 10,000 square feet. For us to move that somewhere else would probably cost more than $2,500.
There may be some stuff we can get rid of, there may be, I just don't think it's the best right now. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing. If it goes, to me, I think it's the best for the situation. That's just me.
How far out are we having that building built?
Sparks last, here. What's the latest time frame they give? 6 months to a year for completion.
We need to get them stepping up.
And so we're doing this every 30 days.
No, this is a year.
This is a year.
A year. $700-800 increase per month, 8,400 over the course of a 12-month period.
That's right.
So it is a little steep, so, but, all right, let me recognize those that punched in here. Chair recognizes Commissioner Goss.
Mr. Chairman, where do we stand as far as concerning the increase in the price? Does that have to go back to the budget committee or was that?
Well, again, it's never gone through budget committee before, so it didn't go through this time. It's just for 15 years has been reapproved.
With more money?
No, that's the difference, isn't it? Correct.
So 15 years, this is the first rate increase in 15 years?
Correct.
Whose budgets it come out of?
Where's it come from?
Sheriff's, I think.
Comes out of sheriff's budget.
Yes.
All right, Chair recognizes, Commissioner Henderson.
What's been stored in the building?
I think a boat, side by side, Tim, help me out, what else is in there?
They have some, evidence stored in that building, all, Sparks' equipment is stored in that building. A little bit of everything.
So when's the last time the doors was open?
I'm sorry?
When was the last time the doors were opened to that building?
Probably
Today, every day. Every day, the Sparks has his stuff there.
You got a back lot, you can put your side by sides and vote on it. That's free.
The evidence, I think, is what they're concerned about.
Well, could they go to the storage thing down there, to the health department?
I can't answer this question for sure.
And when I own storage buildings, I mean, people get about 120 days till they had to move out. So you're not gonna have to move out tomorrow. Want him to take you to court and everything, take 120 days and then move out. I'm just
Again,
saying.
and this is on behalf of the sheriff. I mean, I'm representing.
But I mean, you're saying, you know, we've done this for 15 years, we've done a lot of that since I've been on here. Here recently, we've been pushing, it's gotta go through committee, that's why we have committees. And I'm supporting sending this back to committee. Now, y'all can call emergency committee meeting tomorrow, if you wanted to.
It's not my committee though.
I know, I'm just saying though, I mean, it's, you know.
Again, y'all are coming at me pretty hard
Well,
here.
but I mean, you're saying we've done this for 15 years. Well, we've done a lot of things since I've been on committee, but now we've changed. It's going through committee. So I don't care if we've done it for 15 years, it needs to go through committee now, just as everything else is. That's all I got.
Not to interrupt, but when do we have to pay them, Lynn? Lynn, when do we have to make the payment?
I don't know when they make payment.
When do we have
Beginning
to
of
make
every
the
month.
payment?
End of the month or
Beginning of
beginning.
every
In a month. Alright, so can we get this sent back to the property committee? And let them, I mean, today is what, the 12th, 11th, the 12th? We don't have a lot of meetings on the calendar.
12-day notice and such. Yeah, let's finish the debate. Commissioner Hooks, do you have something?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and I don't remember the month, day, nor the year, but I believe it was under Ron Woody's administration that this body gave the county executive the authority to approve contracts as long as they didn't extend over a year, up to 1 year. So, and I understand about the committees, but we need to go back and if we're gonna change that, all I'm gonna say is we need to go back and rescind that resolution to where the county executive was given the authority to approve, short-term leases up to a year. And I know I'm older than Moses, he died upon the mountain, but I do remember that.
Thank you, sir, for your experience and wisdom. Chair recognizes Commissioner Berry because his touchpad's not working.
Yes, sir. I don't know if that's by design or what. You're right, 15 years. And I don't think we would give the executive the authority if we knew it was gonna be a 15-year deal. We spent over $300,000 on this spot. I started in '09 again on this committee and asking every year, you know, I guess, and my thing is, why haven't we bid that space out? I mean, we've been paying all of these years and has it never been bid? The space?
No, but you typically don't bid real estate.
Okay, but plus the fact that other than Mr. Sparks' stuff in there, I don't know that, like you say, we've got boats sitting out all over the county in places. We can put that up here at any place, that side by side could go. I just find it not only are we paying rent, we're paying insurance on the building. We're paying, if the air conditioner goes out, we pay it. We've replaced the roof down there, and I think they did pay half the roof. We replaced half the roof. So anything that happens down there that's out of the ordinary, we're gonna pay for it. So I just think it's time for us to look at this thing and see what's in. I don't know that we have anyone other than maybe Mr. Suter and the sheriff people to even know what's in there. If it's building, it's probably saws and stuff that they're taking on their, maybe a trailer. I don't know if they're all in a trailer or what. Maybe the schools have a place that we can store some stuff in temporarily. I don't know where we are in our building. But we could, it's a metal building that we're working on. I think it was $170,000.
I think it's 170.
170 for that building. I mean,
About two of them.
I just think, I agree with what's on the floor. I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, Chair recognizes.
Mr. Chairman, I think he was following up on my statement that I made, and I appreciate that. And
No,
I agree
I'm
with
just saying, had we known it was gonna be a 15-year deal, we probably wouldn't give the exact.
Well, we probably would not, but what I'm saying, all I'm saying is, and I agree with everything that's been said here tonight. But what I'm saying is, you know, on these short-term leases, if we're not gonna do it, we need to go back and do some house cleaning. And maybe we need to rethink and where all contracts come before the commission and the proper committees. And that way, we're not in this 15 years later doing it year after year. But I'm just saying that there's a resolution on file that gives the county executive that authority. Obviously.
Just to point out that, your leases that are in fiscal year, that's not your all's law, your all's rule. That's the law, we can do that. And this lease agreement has been to county commission every year for those 15 years.
All right, Chair recognizes Commissioner Parks.
So, I think some of the heartburn here is just because we made movement in building our own building, and then he comes in and he's gonna lose the contract, so he jacks the price up. That's the real heartburn here, I think, with the commission is, you know, and Wade says they're coming after him. I think it's just people's aggravated because it feels like the guy's taking advantage of the situation at hand and he's trying to kick us on our way out. My opinion. I do think it needs to go back to the property committee, but not exactly for all the purpose that's being said here. I think it needs to go back to the property committee with a audit of actually what's in there. We've been told everything from evidence to four-wheelers and boats, and we've been told that for a year. Ever since this process started, that's what we've been told, but nobody really knows. You can ask, well, what's in there? Well, you know, this, that, and other. Well, look, we're paying a lot of money for stuff that may not even need to be in there. And so I think the real heartburn is the price has gone up just because we're dropping the lease. We asked for month to month, and he jacks it up, and then, or he, who, her, whatever it is, jacks it up, and then it's a full year again, you know? And so, again, I think that when the property committee meets, I'm not on it no more, but they need to have an idea of what's even in it and what pathways we could do if we didn't sign the lease and we had to get this stuff out in 30 days. Because you can have a property committee meeting and it's a year lease. And so if you don't have any of that information in front of you, you ain't gonna know what to do anyway. You know, you may be at a point where you've got to do the lease. I wouldn't be for that personally. I don't care to say it. I 100% agree that we shouldn't have spent 15 years renting a piece of property. I mean, the county shouldn't be in the business of renting that kind of property like that for that long. At some point, you go ahead and buy your own. But it is what it is. That's all in the past. We ain't gonna litigate the past, but moving forward, I think you need to have a property committee meeting, but I think you need to have an audit of what's in there. So maybe some of it can be thrown away, maybe some of it can be locked up over here or whatever, but you won't know unless you know what's in there.
All right, Chair recognizes Commissioner Henderson one more time.
So, we know the boats, four-wheelers, stuff like that can go outside. But what kind of criteria has that building got that's allowing, evidence to be stored in it?
Last time I was down there, they were just old garage buildings.
These are questions for the sheriff.
And, well, I'm just saying, so if that's suitable for evidence, the inventory, records inventory should be a spot for some evidence too. I mean, cause it's locked up tighter than that down there is. I guarantee it. That's all I have to say.
All right, Chair recognizes Commissioner Ferguson, then we're gonna close this out right here.
I recommend if we're gonna find out what's in there, let's call a property committee meeting and meet down there and let the sheriff meet down there with us and show us what's in there, why it's in there, and how to solve the problem.
Amen.
Yep, we can talk about it all night, but we need to see for ourselves.
All right, so
I think that's the best way to do it.
David, Commissioner Brackett had the motion and Gann had the second. Both of those, are in favor of sending it back to the property. Let me see if I can do this by voice vote. All in favor of sending it back to the property committee?
Before you take a vote, can I say one more thing? I just want to be on record as advising you all of the potential financial risk by doing this. That if you send this back and the landlord says you're in breach, you have a certain time to get out, and we have to go find another space, that it could be more expensive. I just want to be on record as saying that.
All right, we'll run the vote and see where it takes us. All in favor of sending it back to property? Say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, like sign. Motion carries, goes back to property. All right. Resolution approving an agreement between, who's chairman of the property committee? And I would recommend meeting with the sheriff, the newly elected sheriff, and going down and meeting at that location probably.
Understood.
For that meeting and with,
I think somebody can be on it too, you've got stuff in there too.
No, I don't have anything in there, and I may have misspoke about evidence. I know that there may be confiscated stuff. I may have missed the terminology of it. I'm just.
But we meet, I mean, we'll know exactly what we got.
All right, next one is 052611, resolution approving an agreement between Team Mobile Healthcare LLC and Roane County, Tennessee for mental health patient transport. Motion by Cunningham, second by Gann. Commissioner Cunningham.
Nothing for
Commissioner Gann.
Nothing, sir.
Any discussion, any debate? Madam Clerk.
Yes.
Ron, when you say that, I think you have a question. Resolution 052612, resolution of the Roane County Commission approving the RDP Services Agreement, Business Associate Addendum, and SEI Operational Services Agreement. Motion by Cunningham, second by Parks. Commissioner Cunningham.
nothing.
Commissioner Parks.
I don't have nothing.
Any discussion, any debate? Madam Clerk. Oh, 052613, a resolution to revise decision-making parameters for all distribution of funds for nonprofits that was approved in resolution 04-2516. Motion by Hamilton, second by Wilson. Dr. Hamilton.
Nothing further.
Commissioner Wilson.
Nothing further.
Any discussion, any debate? Madam Clerk. 052614, a resolution establishing the Tennessee Consolidated Retirement Contribution Rate for legacy employees. Motion by Hendrickson, second by Parks. Commissioner Hendrickson.
Nothing, brother.
Commissioner Parks.
Nothing.
Discussion, debate. Madam Clerk. Oh, 052615, a resolution to reflect changes in revenue expenditures for 101 general fund for quincentennial celebration grant, TN 250, that was awarded fiscal year 25-26. Motion by Duff, second by Parks. Commissioner Duff.
These are grant funds that require no matching contribution from the county.
Commissioner Parks.
Nothing.
Any discussion, any debate? Madam Clerk. Oh, 052617, a resolution reflecting changes in revenue budget to the ambulance fund for 118 for fiscal year 25-26. Motion by Duff, second by Kirby. Commissioner Duff.
These are increased revenue projections, and we are budgeting these projections.
Commissioner Kirby.
Nothing.
Any discussion?
Sheriff, just here, related to this, if you've been hearing that folks having that ambulance service. We had 3 ambulances out for a while. We had 2 motors blow and another one for cosmetic, we hit a deer. All 3 of them are back in now, so if you've heard that there's been a problem, there was a problem. So it's correct in there.
All right, any discussion, any debate? Madam Clerk. 05-26-18, a resolution reflecting change expenditures for the Highway Fund 131 for 25-26 fiscal year. Motion by
Wait a minute, Nancy. Oh, sorry.
Dan, I should have looked. I'm sorry, I didn't say that. Motion by Dove, second by Henderson. Commissioner Duff.
This is cleanup to make the budgeted, equal the actuals, make sure they agree.
Commissioner Henderson.
None further.
Any discussion, any debate? Madam Clerk. All right. Resolution reflecting change of expenditures for the wastewater fund for 204 and for the 25-26 fiscal year. Motion by Duff, second by Parks. Commissioner Duff.
This is, for extra overtime for work being done in Grand Vista Bay, and they will be reimbursing.
All right. Commissioner Parks.
Nothing further.
Any discussion, any debate? Madam Clerk. All right. Resolution passed. Resolution, 05-26-20. Okay, we pulled one, guys.
It was 16.
Okay. So we're on 20 now. I'm showing up there 19. Resolution reflecting change of revenue expenditures for the Drug Task Force Fund 357 for 25-26. Am I off or what?
You're correct.
You're correct, yeah.
It's showing 19, I don't know if that matters.
Yeah, it's showing 19 up here.
16 wasn't on here, so I don't know. I mean, 16 is pulled, but it wasn't, oh, she wasn't on here twice, 19 on here twice. I had 20.
All right. There we go. Motion by Dove, second by Gann. Commissioner Duff.
This, again, we're trying to make the actuals and the budgeted agree, cleaning it up.
All right. Commissioner, Gann.
I'm gonna trust what he's saying.
All right. Any discussion, any debate? Madam Clerk. Motion carries. 05-26-21, resolution to amend the budget in the General Capital Projects Fund 171 Industrial Development regarding the allocation of matching funds. Motion by Dove, second by Henderson. Commissioner Duff.
Yes, this is, we saw the same resolution last month, but our percentages of matching contribution is more. It's gonna be a cost of $107,000 more than what was on the previous resolution, but this is all IDB funds.
Commissioner Henderson.
Nothing further.
Any discussion, any debate? Madam Clerk. Motion carries. Any other business to come before the county commission? I do have one announcement. Go ahead, Mr. Goff.
5/26/12 on the paperwork, it's showing 5/25/12. I don't know what any relevance that is. Note that out.
On the agenda or the resolution itself?
Actually, on the resolution on
Madam
the
Clerk.
iPad, on the handout, it was printed out, it's right. But on the iPad, it's showing 5/25/12 instead of 5/26.
All right, thank you, sir. Madam Clerk, you amend that to reflect the current date. May 23rd, I think the Saturday, we'll be doing the Memorial Day March. We'll go down to 5872 Junction. We'll march 6 miles carrying 22 flags. We'll have bus drivers, according to Mr. McKinney. We'll march up here to the courthouse for a ceremony, at 10:15. We'll be here at the courthouse. So, if you can, come out and walk with us. Join us anywhere you want to. Join us at the courthouse, join us at Hilltop, anywhere in between you feel comfortable. So, at this time, I'll take a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
And a second.
May 3rd.
23rd. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Fine.